Natalie's alarm buzzed at 5 a.m., just as it had every day for the past 3 years. Morning silence blanketed the small town of Elmridge, broken only by the occasional chirp of a bird or the rustle of trees in the breeze. She tied her shoelaces with the kind of muscle memory that only comes from repetition, threw on a windbreaker, and stepped outside into the chilled morning air. The bridge was her favorite part of the run. It cut over a narrow river flanked by thick pine woods on either side. Mist hovered just above the water, and the rising sun turned the sky a dusky lavender. It was peaceful, quiet, almost meditative, the kind of moment she used to clear her head. But not today. Today something felt off. Natalie brushed it off as anxiety. She was already juggling too much. Her demanding marketing job, an aging mother in a nursing home, a rocky relationship that had ended 3 weeks ago. She needed the run. She needed the silence. She needed to believe she was still safe in the early hours when the rest of the world was asleep. It wasn't until the 4th morning that she noticed the envelope. It was tucked under the windshield wiper of her car. No address, no name, just a photo. Her, running across the bridge. She frowned. Maybe someone she knew had taken it. Maybe it was a weird attempt at being funny. But as she flipped the photo over, she saw a time written in shaky pen. 5:57 a.m. That was the exact moment she crossed the bridge every morning. She hadn't told anyone that detail. A week passed, more photos, different angles. Her sprint near the bend, her stretching beside a tree, her tying her shoe at mile 2. All of them time-stamped, all of them taken from a distance, hidden, stalking. She told herself it could be a prank. She told herself 100 things. But each morning the weight in her chest grew heavier. She began glancing over her shoulder more often, listening for footsteps that never came. She tried changing routes, but the bridge kept pulling her back, like something unfinished, something lurking. The photos stopped for 2 days. Then came a new envelope. This one was thicker. Inside, a collection of photos spilled into her lap, all from the same morning. Dozens, from every possible angle. And in the final photo, there it was. A man's silhouette behind a tree, almost imperceptible in the fog, watching her. Natalie screamed and dropped the picture. Her hands trembled as she fumbled for her phone. She called the police. They filed a report but seemed unconvinced of the danger. Could be a drone, could be a prankster. We'll keep an eye out, they said. She started running with pepper spray, then with a small knife. Then she stopped running altogether. But the envelopes kept coming. Now they were left on her doorstep. And then one morning, the door wasn't locked. Natalie hadn't forgotten. She was meticulous. She never forgot to lock the door. She began sleeping with the light on, checking every window, every closet. She installed security cameras, but nothing ever showed. Not a car, not a person, not even footprints in the fresh snow. Whoever it was, they were careful, calculated. She decided to leave town, just for a while. Her aunt had a cabin a few hours away, nestled deep in a wooded valley, cut off from cell towers and the rush of the world. It was the kind of place you went to forget things. She brought only essentials, clothes, supplies, and the knife she now kept on her at all times. The first night at the cabin was calm. She made tea, lit a fire, almost let herself relax. The second night, she heard branches snapping outside. She froze. No wind, no animals, just one deliberate snap like a footstep on dry wood. She didn't sleep that night. The third night, she found a photo, pinned to the front porch with a hunting knife. It was her, standing in the cabin doorway, taken from the woods. She backed into the cabin, locked every door, and turned off the lights. That's when the scratching started. Faint at first, just beneath the floorboards, like something crawling under the house. She held her breath, clutching the knife. Every sound became amplified. Every creak, every gust of wind, her ears rang from the silence. Then footsteps. On the porch. She dared not move, the handle jiggled. Once, then again, then silence. For what felt like hours she didn't move, not even when the sun began to rise. When she finally opened the door, he was gone. But the knife he had used to pin the photo was still there. And something else, carved into the wood beside the frame. You're fun to watch when you're scared. She ran, she didn't even pack. She drove until her knuckles turned white and her eyes blurred from tears. When she got to the nearest police station, she collapsed. The officers took her seriously this time. A manhunt was launched. The cabin was searched, the photos analyzed. The only prints on the knife were hers. Weeks passed. She tried to rebuild her life. She moved into a high-rise with 24/7 security, cameras, neighbors. She stopped running. Therapy helped a little. But one night, as she stepped into the elevator of her new apartment, she noticed a small envelope tucked into the corner. Just her name written on it. Inside was a single photo. Her crying on the cabin porch, knife in hand. Taken from the woods. And on the back a note. Still watching. Always closer than you think. If this story sent a chill down your spine, don't forget to subscribe for more long, spine-tingling tales that will keep you looking over your shoulder. New horrors drop regularly, and each one digs a little deeper under your skin. And remember, sometimes the silence isn't empty. It's just someone waiting. Until next time, stay safe. And whatever you do, don't ignore the feeling that you're being watched.